What the fuck is up? It is your host, Erica Nalen, and welcome back to another episode of the Hangover series. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Rum bum 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 bum. Yeah, on the drum when the motherfuckers on. Yeah, I'm on the bass when the beat got on. Yeah, I'm on the beat when the beat got on. Yeah, I'm on the beat when the beat got on. Rum bum 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 bum. Hello. Bum 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 bum. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Hangover series, 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 bum 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 bum. Yeah, I'm on the drum when the mother says so. Welcome back to the Hangover series. That was my wine glass singing. Rum bum 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 bum. I'll stop. That song that I was just singing is a Justin Bieber classic Christmas song. I don't know the name of it, but I know that it goes rum bum 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 bum. Yeah, I'm on the beat and the beat say dumb. Something like that. One of the Christmas classics. So, 'tis the season. Last night I was laying in bed, about to go to sleep, started dreaming. And all of a sudden, someone drives by outside singing the Christmas classic, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah, outside very loudly at 2 a.m. So, you know what? I'm in the Christmas spirit all of a sudden because of that person. I'm actually very excited for Christmas. I know Thanksgiving hasn't happened yet. Everybody chill out. Everybody chill. Everybody chill. But I am excited for Christmas. I love a tree. I love a ornament. I love a light. I love a Christmas tune. I love the Ariana Grande Christmas album. I love mistletoe. I remember when mistletoe came out. It changed my life. I remember being at the Oakview Mall. Justin Bieber has a song called Yeah, I'm at the mall at the Omaha Mall. Yeah, I know they ball. Yeah, so look it up. And I remember being at the Oakview Mall, listening to mistletoe. Like, I have a very vivid memory. I think I was at Sears or Dillard's looking at some ornaments, heard the song, and I was like, this is fucking Christmas, you know? Like, this is Christmas. And when that car drove by last night singing Mariah Carey, I was like, what the fuck? Why was I up until like 1:37 to be exact in the morning last night for absolutely no reason? No clue. I literally stayed in all weekend basically, and and I don't know why I was up that late. I actually do, but I'm not going to tell you why. Does that sound bad? I was just doing some research. Basically, we'll say I was doing research. And sometimes the research that I do like gets me very excited, and and I couldn't fall asleep. Okay? And then my best friend happened to also be awake, and we were FaceTiming, and then we were like, wait, it's 1:37 in the morning. Good night. Good night. Which the other weekend I was on FaceTime with this best friend as well. Like the last weekend I went out, I think it was Halloween weekend, and we were FaceTiming at like 2 in the morning for shits and gigs, recapping our night at 2 a.m. even though the night wasn't even over. And she said I fell asleep on FaceTime, which is crazy. Are any of you listeners the type of people that like want to fall asleep on FaceTime with your significant other? I don't think I've ever done that before, but I have a feeling I like wanted to be that person before. And maybe I have done that before. I like am totally blanking, but I feel like I maybe have done that before. If you guys are wondering, like, you sound weird, That is because I have had 2 martinis today, and now I have a glass of wine, okay? I think these martinis were very strong. They were stronger than normal because we were all feeling it, okay? Basically that. So I just went to a lunch with complete strangers that I had never met before, and I had the absolute best time. Why am I talking so weird? I just went to lunch with 2 complete strangers that I had never met, and we had the best time. And I had 2 martinis. And honestly, after I had the first martini, I was like, I am tipsy. And I don't know why I got another one. I must have wanted to feel more tipsy. And now I'm drinking wine, which, like, if they see that I'm drinking wine after we just hung out, they might think I am a problem. But I don't know. I was like, it's Sunday. I have nothing else to do. I'm going to have a glass of wine and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk to the podcast. Okay, period. I forget what the app is called. I think it's called like Libby, but that might be totally wrong. But basically, I saw a TikTok about like the owner of this app called Livy or something. I think it's called Livy, but like I'm saying something because I'm like, wait, what if that's not the name of the app? Livy, you know the vibes. So I saw a TikTok about it and then I like applied, like you put in an application, you put your interest, you put, you know, who are you? How old are you? What do you do? What do you like to do? You know, all the questions that, you know, would help you make a friend. And basically the app puts you in a group chat with X amount of girls that have common interest. Like it like sets a group chat up for you and then you make plans to hang out. So I was actually really excited for this because when I first moved to Chicago like a year and a half ago, I, you know, did not have any friends here. So I was super active on Bumble BFF, Facebook. Like I was trying to make friends everywhere and anywhere. You know, I was going to the bar alone. I was staying at the bar alone. Dangerous decisions. But I was doing that because I wanted friends. And I feel like as I got more comfortable being in Chicago, I kind of like didn't disappear from the apps, but I stopped like going on friend dates. I just kind of stopped. I don't know what I've been doing, but I just haven't been doing that. And I was like, wait, why have I stopped doing that? What am I doing? I want to have more girly pops. And saw this app come up on my TikTok page, put in my little like application thing that you do, and just went to lunch with some girls, and it was so much fun. Like, so much fun. And I feel like when you're moving to a big city, which I was huge on this when I started the pod, and then as I just said, like I, you know, got busy, distracted, and stopped going on it. But I feel like these apps, like some people, I feel like feel so, I don't know what the word is. I've just heard a lot of people kind of think it's like embarrassing, if that's the word that I'm looking for. Yeah, embarrassing. Like people think it's embarrassing to be like, oh, we met online. Like I feel like people think that even in like the dating world, to be like, oh, I met my boyfriend on like Hinge, or oh, I met my boyfriend on Tinder. Like I feel like people sometimes at least are like hesitant to say that. And like same goes for friends, which I have had a lot of reactions where I've like people have asked like, oh, how did you guys meet? And it's like, oh, we met on Facebook, or oh, we met on Bumble BFF. And people like are like kind of shocked sometimes. But I feel like people need to remember that it is 2025. The internet exists. Like this is such a good way to meet people, and this is like how you're going to meet people. Like this is what people are doing. Am I going to talk like that the whole episode? Lord help me. I just feel like people need to remember like That's what's happening. That's what the people are doing. That's what we're doing. So I was put in a group chat. We were all put in a group chat, and then we met up. We got lunch. We had drinks and chatted. And it was so much fun. And honestly, going to this, like, I was like, wait, I'm so excited to, like, keep doing this and keep making new friends and meeting new people. Like, I love meeting new people. And I'm actually going on another friend, I feel like people call it friend dates, friend meetup, whatever you want to call it. I'm going on a friend meetup tomorrow with another girl from Bumble BFF, and I am so excited to meet her. And I'm so excited to just, it's just so much fun to, like, meet new people. I love it. I freaking love it. I think when I first moved here, that was my first time ever going on, like, Bumble BFF or, meeting strangers in that way, because as we all know, I lived in Nebraska my whole life before I moved here. So I was just, very comfortable in my social space. So it was kind of intimidating at first, because sometimes you go on friend dates and you literally never see the people again, or you never hear from them again, and, like, neither one of you reach out. Like, it definitely does take some sort of commitment or some sort of outreach, if that's the word I'm looking for. It just takes effort, I guess. So yeah, it can be kind of intimidating at first. And, like, some of the girls that I hung out with when I first moved here a year and a half ago, like, some of the girls I had hung out with 3 times, which maybe that's not that many times, but, like, 3 times, 4 times, whatever. And, like, we haven't seen each other since. And it's not that anything went wrong. It's not that we had bad blood. It's not like we had, a bad night out. It's just that, like, life is busy, and, we're all living our fucking lives. So if you are moving to a new city, if you've lived in a new city and you're trying to make friends, like, get on Bumble BFF, like, get on Facebook, get on Lively, like, get on these friendship meeting apps. There's an app for, there's, like, 2 of them. I think one is called, like, 222. I think one is called Time Left. I forget what the other ones are called, but there's apps like that as well, where they, like, set you up on dinner dates with, mixed genders. So it's not just, like, all females. Like, maybe you're trying to make guy friends and you can go do that. I think those ones have, like, monthly subscriptions, but there are just so many different apps and cool ways to, like, meet friends these days. And if you are, like, trying to make new friends and you've lived in a city for a while, or you're new to a city, whatever the case may be, like, I definitely recommend downloading a friend app and trying to have at least, like, one friend meetup a month. Try it out, see how it goes, and, be cautious, obviously, but, like, have some fun, meet some people. You never know what that one meetup could do. You could meet your best friend. You could meet your soulmate. You could meet your future business partner. Like, you never know. So do it. I had no idea that it was cold outside, which, yeah, I know it's almost Thanksgiving. I know it's November. It's going to be cold, but when I looked at my weather app, it said it was, like, 55 degrees. And 55 degrees to me means sweater. Like, it doesn't mean winter coat. It means sweater. But I think a lot of times I forget that Chicago is, like, the windy city. There's wind. There's a lake, It's called the Windy City for a reason. Like, 56 is cold. So I was running late to the front date, of course. Not late, but running on time. But late in the fact that I didn't have time to walk there. So I just Ubered. So I was only outside for, like, 5 seconds. But on my way home from it, I was like, I should walk. home, and it was freezing fucking cold outside. I felt like I was in the middle of an iceberg, like in between two icebergs, shimmering, shivery. Chivalry is dead. I felt like I was freezing cold, and I just wanted you all to know that. So when I got home from my friend meetup, our neighbor texted us, like literally right when I walked in the door. Our neighbor texted us and said, "Do you know the man with the black cat?" As I was walking in, I saw him just holding the cat by our door. And I read that message and I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? There is a cat outside our door. And me being me, like reading that message after having 2 martinis, like my mind went so many directions. Like I was thinking about how, like, people say that black cats are like bad luck sometimes. Like people used to be like, if you see that cat, like pray, hide, like run, like that means bad luck is coming. Which honestly, when people used to say like if you see a black cat, like that means bad luck is coming, I used to feel so bad for black cats because I was like, wait, what do they what do they mean? Like, what do they mean bad luck is coming? Like, poor cat is just trying to play outside and trying to eat some vegetables and some grass, and you're over here telling us he's bad luck? Like, that's fucked. But that's kind of where my mind headed because I was like, wait, what do you mean? A man is outside our door, like, with a cat? Like, do you mean he's like, does the cat have bad energy and he's like, like shimmying it up and down our door? Like, is the cat over here because there's a bad energy in our hallway, in our corner of the hallway? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, my mind was going in so many different directions. So I'm like, what? What? Like, I just walked in our door, but I didn't see anyone with a cat. Like, okay. And he said, I literally just walked in too, and he had a black cat in his hands. And then I heard it meow again when I closed the door, and I saw him through the peephole come back and get him. Also, I'm so sorry to our neighbor if you're listening to this podcast and you're like, why are you reading our text messages? I have had a glass of wine and please forgive me. And I replied, what's the guy look like? Because I didn't even know men lived on this floor. Besides our neighbor, I know that he lives there, okay? We are buddies. And there's another old man that lives on this floor, and I like him a lot, and he's very adorable, and he goes on long walks, and those were the only men I was aware of on this floor. I thought everyone else was a woman, Not that I know everybody on this floor, because why would I know everyone on this floor? But I did just see a man as I was entering my door to my apartment, and he was doing laundry, and I was like, oh my god, hi. So maybe that's who he's referring to. And I replied and said, what? What's the guy look like? Like doing my detective shit. And he said, he's young and has earrings. And I said, what the fuck? I've never seen him, I don't think. That's weird. Because I was getting like so sus. As I just told you guys, like I was like, oh my god, what if he's like, what if this cat has like voodoo energy, which I don't even know what voodoo means, but like what if he has, like bad vibes? And he said, I thought he was leaving your place when I was walking in my apartment. Like, he thought that the man with the cat was leaving my apartment. So then, like, my 2 martinis brain was like, wait, what if a man just came in my apartment when I was fully in here and just, like, left? Like, what if that happened and I just wasn't aware? So then I'm like, wait, was a man in here? Was a man in my apartment and I didn't know? Like, help? So I replied and said, what? Should I be scared? And he said, no, I don't think so. I'm guessing the cat just keeps escaping whenever he leaves and run towards our corner. And I said, sus, because that is sus. What do you mean? What do you mean? You thought a man was leaving my apartment, but it's just a cat that likes the corner? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, everybody. I'm going to be hallway patrol. You know, I have a vest from Halloween when I was a robber. I have a vest. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna wear the specific sunglasses that I'm wearing right now. I'm gonna get a walkie-talkie. I'm going to get some serious boots. Because I feel like serious people wear serious boots, you know? Like boots with like belts on them. Like obviously not like a belt that you wear, but like a belt. Like boots with belts. Those mean serious business. And I feel like I need something else. A vest, sunglasses, boots with belts. Maybe a bottle of whiskey that I don't drink, but I hold so people think like she means business. Like she is serious about this hallway patrol. And I'm going to stand in the middle of the hallway and I'm going to be like, no cats. No cats allowed on this side of the hallway. What's your cat doing over on this side of the hallway, sir? Or if like someone has a dog, like, what's your dog's name? Name, license, registration. Okay, the other day I was thinking about how there was this time in my life when I was like 18 years old where I got pulled over 3 times in 1 week. Yeah, you heard that correctly. I got pulled over 3 times in 1 week. And I was like, do I tell you guys these stories? Like, do you guys want to know why I got pulled over 3 times in 1 week? It was the weirdest week of my whole life. Like, I literally thought something was going to harm me or like I was cursed because I was like, who gets pulled over 3 times in 1 week? I mean, obviously someone who is doing something wrong while driving. Obviously someone who is like apparently speeding. But to be caught 3 times in 1 week is crazy. Like, I feel like when I was 18, I was speeding every which way. I was never not speeding. It took me like 8 warnings of being pulled over until I got my first ticket. And when I got my first speeding ticket, I like actually couldn't believe they were giving me a ticket. Like, I was like, so tell me, how's it feel? Halsey. And I think they only gave me a ticket because 3 officers pulled me over. It was like super dramatic. Because one guy was training. So they had like he was training in his car and then someone was following him for some reason. And they were like, ma'am, do you know what you were doing? And I was like, no. Genuinely, every time I've ever been pulled over for doing something like speeding or whatever, every time they're like, do you know what you were doing? Like, do you know why we pulled you over, ma'am? Every single time I've been like, no. Because I actually never know what I was doing wrong. And part of that is because, like, I don't know what the speed limit was. Speed limits change, bro. Speed limits go from being like 25 in a neighborhood and then all of a sudden it's like 50. Like, I'm sorry. What? Like, who wrote the speed limits? Like, how is it going to go from like 50 to 25 all of a sudden? There's this one area in Nebraska where like the speed limit actually goes from like 55 to 25 within like feet of each other. Like, I'm sorry, but how am I not going to be still going 55 when I get to that 25 line? I don't know. But genuinely, every time I've ever been pulled over, they're like, ma'am, do you know why you're getting pulled over? And I'm like, no, officer, I'm going to need you to tell me why I'm being pulled over because genuinely, I don't know. And then they're always like, do you know what the speed limit is? And I'm like, no. And I like take a wild guess. I'm like, 55? And they're like, ma'am, the speed limit's 25. And I'm like, oh my goodness. What? Where does it say that? Because the car that I have in Nebraska, like, It's not a car that tells you how fast you're going. You know, like a lot of cars say like 55, you're going 50, you're going this, you're going that. Like it tells you. Mine has like a clock type of thing. So like I mean, yeah, it still tells you the speed limit you're going, but it's not as accurate. It's not as accurate. You know, it could say 54 and you're going 50. So truly, officer, I don't know. But when I did get a ticket, I had to take a class, a speeding class, and it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it was supposed to be like 4 hours long or 5 hours long or something. And he said, like, if we all participate, it would be 2 hours long. So, shout out my classmates, my fellow speeders. Shout out them for participating. I'm not a participator. Maybe that surprises you. Maybe that doesn't, but I like cannot participate in a classroom setting. I get scared. Okay? I can't participate in that kind of stuff at all. It's like I like black out. Speaking of blacking out, the other day, well, something that I've been wanting to do is I have been really wanting to challenge myself to go eat at a restaurant all alone. Because the thought of it sounded really scary, like, oh my god, going to a restaurant with people in it, eating by yourself, ordering food, like the whole concept of it is terrifying. But I've seen on TikTok, like, people talking about, like, going on solo dates and, like, eating alone and all the things, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. Like, I feel like that's so cool. Like, whenever I see someone that's like, let's go on a solo date, and they, like, do it, I'm like, wait. How did you get to that level? Because I feel like there's so many times in life where I like, want to do something. Like, I want to try a new restaurant, or I want to go get a drink at a certain place, or, you know, whatever it is. But I stop myself from doing it because I don't have anyone to go with. And there are random times in life, especially when it revolves around like a restaurant or a cocktail bar, where I really want to, you know, experience that kind of place. And then I don't go because I can't find anyone to go with. But then, like, you go online and you see these people that still go by themselves, even though they don't have someone to go with. So I've been very inspired by those videos, because every time I watch one, I'm like, you are the coolest person I've ever seen in my whole life. Like, where did you get the courage to do that? So my challenge to myself was that I wanted to go eat at a restaurant by myself. So I told myself, like, you are going to do that this week. You're going to go eat at a restaurant and you're going to have the time of your life, and you have to do it no matter what. And I get like really bad social anxiety, and like I get overstimulated easily. So I tried to like choose a restaurant that I had been to before. Normally didn't have that many people at the hour I chose to go at. Like, I thought there would be chill vibes in there, you know? Like, I think I would have been more scared going somewhere I've never been before. So I chose somewhere, at least for like the first time ever going to a restaurant and eating alone, I chose somewhere I had been before that I thought would be not crowded. So I went to this restaurant by our apartment called the Lux Bar. And I swear, when I've normally gone with people, like during lunch hour, it's normally not packed at all. But it was so fucking packed when I went. And as I was walking up to it, I like kind of looked in the window and saw that it was very packed. But I was like, you know what, like maybe it's just really packed by the windows. Like, I have to force myself in these situations, because normally sometimes I let my anxiety take over me and I'm like, it's so packed in there, I can't do it. Like, I'm not going in there. I don't know how to speak anymore. Like, I'm turning around and I'm walking home, or I'll like keep walking and then I'm past the building and then I just don't go in. So when I'm having moments where I know that I'm going to do that, like when I saw it was busy, I knew that my brain was going to go into like the mode of like, keep walking, you're not going in, it's too packed, you're going to get overwhelmed, like keep walking. So I had to like change my mindset and like what my brain was going to think to like, bitch, go in that fucking door. Like, just go in the fucking door. Like, once you're inside, you're not leaving. So that's what I kept telling myself. Like, bitch, just open the fucking door. Just open the fucking door. And you're not turning around. So I went inside. And the lady's like, how many? I'm like, table for one. Which honestly kind of felt really good to say. Like, table for one. And she's like, there's open bar seating. Or I can seat you at a table. And love the open bar seating concept. And like love sitting at a bar, but this bar was like so full, like there were genuinely so many people over there that I thought that would make me like more overstimulated, because I kind of just wanted my own table, my own space, like a little breather break, you know, to enjoy a little cocktail, enjoy a meal, and like be by myself. Like I didn't want to be almost elbowing someone at the bar. So I was like, oh, I'll take a table. And my favorite part was that she was like, do you want that table or that table? And I got an option, and I was like, fuck that table. I want that table. Because one of the tables was more like out in the open, like seemed intimidating. But the table that I picked was, you know, still out in the open, right by the hostess stand, like right by the front door. It did seat 5, but it felt more like my back was to everybody, so I felt like safe there, kind of vibes. And, you know, it actually went really great. I ordered an espresso martini and a buffalo salad. I feel like I've been on a buffalo kick because I just realized I also got a buffalo wrap at lunch today, but besides the point, I got a salad, I got a martini, and it went amazing. I will say that, you know, I feel like sometimes people are like, your anxiety's all in your head, like, you know, no one's actually staring at you. No one's actually looking you up and down. Like no one's thinking about you. And I'm like, I beg to differ. And I do beg to differ because I was sitting at a table that was for like 5 people. So like, yeah. You know, I happened to get the last table, and after like the people behind me sat down, no, I think one of the tables was reserved or something actually. So I got like the last table. So after me, it was an hour and a half wait, which I was like, what are the odds? But I will say, like, when people came in and they were like, hi, like, can we be sat? And they're like, hour and a half wait. Like, most of the people that came in, like, I want to say maybe like one person didn't do this, but like most of the people, when she was like, it's an hour and a half wait, all looked over at me sitting at a table for 5 by myself. And, you know, maybe they were just observing. Like, I'm not gonna say they were all giving me a look like, why are you taking up a table for 5? But, you know, I know at least one of them thought that. But yeah, you know, I did see, you know, a woman look me head up to toe down. Like, I did watch that happen. I did watch her look me from my shoes to the top of my head. I did watch that happen. I watched multiple people look over at me like, why is this girl sitting by herself? And that's okay. After a certain amount of people were doing it, I just stopped making eye contact with people, and I focused on my buffalo salad and my espresso martini, and actually was on my phone for like the first 5 minutes of this, texting my friend while I was like waiting for my drink and food to come out. But like once it all came out, I turned my phone off, ate my food, drank my drink, and just like, it was kind of the best experience ever, because I love a restaurant, and there are so many restaurants that I want to try, but like sometimes you don't have someone to go with, or sometimes, you know, maybe your friends don't want to eat pizza that night, but you're like craving pizza, or you want an enchilada and people are like, I don't really want an enchilada. Okay, well, you want an enchilada, so go get that enchilada by yourself. It was like kind of the best dinner I've ever had. lunch. I had lunch there because I was in a place where they have good food, they have good drinks. I'm sitting at a table and I got to just like enjoy the good food and the good drink without having to speak to literally anybody. Like, I didn't have to speak to a single soul besides my server, who was so fucking nice. She was so fucking nice. But like, I didn't have to speak to like anyone while I was trying to enjoy my meal. I didn't have to speak to anyone while I was trying to enjoy my cocktail. Like, just being able to sit there and enjoy what I was drinking and what I was eating without any fucking people bothering me was so nice. So if you've ever contemplated trying to go to a restaurant by yourself, like, I recommend doing it because it was so much fun. And my favorite part about the whole experience was that, you know, I was kind of in my head for a little bit, and then I looked over to my right because I was just observing the room, and I look over to my right, and there's a lady probably in her 60s sitting at the exact same kind of table as me, having a glass of Chardonnay by herself. And that just like made me so happy. You know, like, I was so stressed about what people were thinking about me sitting at a table by myself. And then I look over and there's a woman doing the exact same thing as me. And my first thought was like, I see my future and I fucking love her. Like, you know, you're never alone because someone else is doing it too. So yeah, I genuinely had no direction of the podcast today, and that was like my main topic that I wanted to share, was that you should go to the restaurant, you should go get the martini, you should go on that vacation, you should go on that dream hike. Like, you should do whatever you want because you want to do it. Don't wait on anybody ever. Like, if you want to do something, go fucking do it. Don't wait on people. Don't wait on boyfriends. Don't wait on girlfriends. Don't wait on friends. Don't wait on family. Like, don't wait on anybody to do what you want to do. If you want to do something, you have yourself, and that's all you will ever fucking need. Because so many times in life, I have, you know, postponed doing things, or I haven't done certain activities, or I haven't done like huge major events in my life because I was always waiting on someone to do it with me. And, you know, it's great to like want to wait and like have that hope that someone's coming, or like rely on someone. But I would get so disappointed in life when, you know, I was so excited to do something and I thought a friend of mine was so excited to do something with me, and then realizing that like they didn't want to do it as much as I did, and it was totally one-sided. And then you just get disappointed. So if there is something that you are wanting to do so badly in life, whether that's like a dream vacation, or trying a new restaurant, or moving to a new city, or like literally anything in life, and you have been wanting to do this so bad, but you're waiting on someone to do it with you, stop waiting and go do it yourself. You know, don't wait on anybody. You have yourself. Yeah, it's intimidating at first, but it's going to be so much better once you're there, and once you can see that you can do it alone, you're going to feel so much better. So go do the damn thing, do it by yourself, and don't ever wait on someone to come. That is all I had for this episode. I love you all. I'll see you guys next week, and I hope everybody has a good week. Bye.